Yeah.
I had been sent on a recce.
Oh.
You know, a recce.
Yeah.
I was told,
Go check it out.
And it's something I hold dear to me. I tell people it's not a commercial brand.
Yeah,
That's for you and her.
So you have a song for her?
It's not a song for her.
Yeah.
It's not my song.
Oh.
It's our song.
It's
I
it's
choose.
Oh, you chose it to be a song.
It has a deeper, of course.
That's cute.
Okay.
And then if you now want to take it somewhere else, it's a case study that you've already done. Mm-hmm. It's just a replication.
Very easy to lift and
Just
paste
lifting and pasting,
elsewhere. Yeah. And then me and my loud self, you know? And then I got to know him and I was like, oh, you're a nice guy.
What I'm hearing you say, Kioko, is you would like infrastructure that morphs into something sustainable for every community.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, a recce.
Yeah. This is where I belong now.
Ali.
Yes, the Kikombe.
Ali.
This person umemark.
I'm here for Ali alone.
What would happen when two Nilotes enter a pod?
But we all have different stories.
This is Two Nilotes.
In a pod.
Why did you name your podcast so?
Our stories are different.
Yes.
I am the Kikombe.
And I am Ali.
Thank you for being here.
Watch our previous episode,
Ali.
The Kikombe.
Before I say the next Ali,
Uh-huh.
what do you know about infrastructure?
You know, actually, I've just remembered something my mom told me. And she told me, you know, where there's a road, development follows. And it doesn't have to be a tarmac road. As long as there's a road, everything else will follow. So she told me, barabara ikipita, stima inafuata hiyo barabara, maji inafuata hiyo barabara. And it's true. Well, I'll translate that. She said, where there's a road, electricity will follow that road, and water lines will follow that road. So meaning, where there are no roads, there's no
Electricity will
development.
not follow.
It's true though.
Where there are no roads,
There's no
there's
development.
nothing. And look at northern Kenya. Look at bits of southern Kenya, the remote areas of Kenya. There are no roads. But there's no road. How do things get there? Because if there's a road, then I, as a trader, if I'm selling goods, I'll use that road to get goods to the people who are there. If it's not possible, then how do things get across? Yeah. So infrastructure. Yeah, and something as basic as a road, as we were talking about in the last episode, is critical. It's critical.
I'm going to go now and say the second Ali. Ali,
The Kikombe.
the gentleman sitting across from us, is
Yes.
the person you should thank
Yeah.
for that key that opened that brilliance in your mind there.
Yeah, for
Because,
infrastructure.
Yo,
Yeah.
Kioko, thank you for creating the time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, we're very
Thank
happy.
you for
We
having
love it. We love it.
Yes.
Two Nilotes in the pod. We're continuing with our questions.
Okay.
We're trying to engage a Nilote,
Okay.
Yeah.
right? So you are engaging us.
Okay.
And we're loving it so far.
Yes.
We have these 13 prompts. We've done a few. We're going to continue with the same. Ali's going to pick the next one.
Okay.
Because I think I did the last one, wasn't it?
I think I did the last one.
Okay, so I
So
go with
it's
this.
you. Yeah.
Okay, Kioko. Here we go. Seeing as we had so much infrastructure,
Okay.
you gave us a lot of infrastructure with your conversation.
Yeah.
We decided that this is now a good time to take a Nilote pause. A Nilote pause is where we chill and ask you something more to sizzle the day, to season the day, as some people call it.
Yeah.
Therefore, give us a phrase or statement that only a Kenyan would understand.
Kupima ni bure.
Yeah.
No.
Kupima ni bure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For those who don't speak Kenyan, it means to fit is free. Yeah. If you want to fit something, it's free.
I love that.
What do I say?
I like that. There's another one you
I
mentioned.
never thought about that. Kupima ni bure.
Kupima ni bure.
Eh.
But that's what you
This
hear
day.
every
It's
time.
so
This day,
Exactly.
kupima ni bure.
There was another one that's connected to that. It's Beya Jioni.
Beya Jioni.
Evening price.
The evening price. The closing price.
or there's another one you mentioned previously, and it was Nimekumak, something like that.
Nimekumak. Yeah.
Or Kwa ground. You said that.
Kwa ground.
Yeah. Kwa ground.
In actuality.
On
On Kwa ground.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't even know how to explain that part.
Kwa ground.
Yeah.
That's it. It's only a Kenyan would understand.
Only a
that phrase.
Kenyan would get it.
Yeah.
Only a Kenyan would get
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's true.
Lovely.
Yeah. I love our Kenyanese.
Hey.
I love Kenyanese.
Ali, I hold the hotel for you.
Okay.
Eh? Kupima ni bure.
Kupima ni bure. Kupima ni bure.
I love the shops that say ukivunja ndo unalipa.
Ukivunja ndo utalipa. That's another one that only a Kenyan would understand.
Ukivunja unalipa. Yeah. You break it, you pay for it.
You break it, you pay for it.
Yeah.
Ali, grab it.
Okay. All right. Now, speaking of kuvunja
Ni bure.
na kulipia, is there a relationship you wish you handled differently? And in your relationships so far, what lessons have you gained?
I'd say the relationship I think I'd have handled differently, in my perspective. I have two. I don't know if I can mention both.
Oh,
Sure.
yes.
Sure. The more the merrier.
Yeah, so one would be forming a deeper bond with my brothers.
Yeah.
I have two twin brothers. I'm the last one of three boys. Yeah. So two fraternal twins ahead of me. 9-year difference in between.
Wow.
So we have this on and off relationship, of course, because of the age gap. So a lot of the things we kind of relate on is a bit not here, not there. So, yeah. And I think why I'd say I'd do it differently is because I think I could have found the moments where we would have bonded on a number of things, but I think we just never took the time to focus on them. All of us were on different timings of everything. When I was in a day school, they were in boarding. When I was in boarding, so time kind of overlapped. And we are working on it at the moment. And it's a very interesting bond to have, especially between boys, all of us just being, we usually say our mom is our girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You're all boys.
You're all boys.
Sorry, we're all men.
Yeah.
Men now.
Yeah.
Ero.
So the other one would be my previous relationship. I think learning more about myself is one thing I really endeavor to do every stage of my life. So one thing I got to learn is that I am a critical lover.
Critical love.
I give myself away.
No lie.
No lie.
Yeah.
I don't remain.
Yeah.
It's true.
Sibakishi chochote.
Haubakishi chochote.
I don't remain.
Jumps in,
Kaende.
both feet inside.
You jump. So, but the downside of that is, loving is beautiful. But the downside of that is that you lose a lot of, again, individuality. You lose perspective on the things that you love. And it's easy to just flow with things when they're okay. But the critical part comes in when you start realizing that some of these things that you actually enjoyed about yourself did give you some sort of internal joy, some intrinsic sort of joy that you can't tap from someone else. And so I lost that a lot. No blame on the other person because it's a tendency I had. So it's something I learned over time. So when you ask what I'm doing differently now, it's I am realizing the value of me first. You can't pour from an empty cup.
True.
You can't. However much you want to help someone, you cannot. And for those who are on the Christian side, the Bible says you love others as you love yourself. So there's that aspect as well.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You can't pour from an empty cup. At any one point, you have to be so filled for you to actually share. And if you pour from an empty cup, then you remain drained and you still not be of help to anyone else.
True.
But the factor is you don't need to be of help to someone else first. It has to be you. So yeah. Different is just personal and self.
And that actually connects to what you had mentioned about your goal in life being present.
Yeah.
Because for you to be able to love and appreciate yourself first, you got to really be present and understand what's happening not only around you but within yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, as you said also, I think you just need to pause.
Yes.
We never take those moments to actually pause and just slow down.
Yeah.
Life is very fast, to be honest.
Yeah.
It actually is.
It is.
We are on October 20 what?
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet 20.
You see, she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She was almost contemplating whether we've actually passed or not.
By the way, exactly, because it's...
Yeah. Because that's what it's been like. It's just been a year that has been moving and moving and moving and moving. So things are moving so fast, and if you don't pause and be mindful, be kind to yourself, and then now give yourself grace to accept the things that you have experienced, what you have made a mistake on, and then now with
Move
a lot
forward.
of kindness and grace, to yourself, then move forward. Then extend it now to other people.
True.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going deep.
Imedonjo.
We're going deep. Imedonjo.
Imedonjo.
That was very good. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Couldn't say any better.
I couldn't say it any better either.
Yeah. Kioko came with the deepness.
Kioko aliingia deep. Ulikuja umechodha na opao. Do you know
Yeah.
opao?
What is
so
opao?
Kioko, opao is a spade. So you una chodho. You know what to chodho
Yeah.
is? Chodho is to like to scoop it. You're scooping it with a spade. Una scoopy deepness.
Nakula na
Yeah.
kijiko kubwa.
Unakula na kijiko
kijiko
kubwa.
kubwa.
Kabisa.
Kabisa. But I like
Correct,
it.
correct,
Keep it like that.
Yani nayo.
Hapo
Another
tuko
phrase that
sawa.
only a Kenyan would
Yeah.
understand. Nayo.
Nayo. With it.
With it.
Yeah.
Now that only a Kenyan would understand this, we're going back to education with the idea of understanding things. So, Kioko, do you feel that the education you received prepared you adequately for your current life?
I'd say yes and no. I'd start with the no, which is common to everyone as Kenyans. Guys,
Majama.
what are we doing?
come on.
What are we
Yeah.
doing?
Of course.
If you know, you know.
I'm still looking for SADs,
Yeah.
There's so many things that
It's a way you
funny enough,
guys.
I even got an A in math.
Yeah.
I can in high school.
Yeah.
But I remember I only crammed everything for that exam because I needed the A for my campus.
Aha.
Yo.
Yes.
So now let me come back to the yes.
Yes.
Why it helped me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been privileged a lot to kind of go to two schools in every section of my life. So 2 primary schools, 2 high schools, 2, I think they're called tertiary.
Tertiary
To tertiary
university,
education.
tertiary education, yeah.
And in all of them, I've been exposed to the 2 equivalents of all. So I went to boarding school in class 5. Yeah, they shipped me off to boarding. I like that statement.
They shipped.
Actually, you're quite right because
They-
class 5 is so young.
They shipped me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what else to call it.
You
I know,
had
I
no
know,
say.
I know Ukambani has no water to carry ships.
Yeah.
But
But you were
I
shipped
was
off.
shipped to Ukambani. I was shipped off to Ukambani, and that was not fancy.
Of
It
course.
was not fancy. It was not fancy.
Yeah, and
Ukambani
this is
hamna
Ukambani of them days.
Not. I wish it was our Ukambani. It's not our Ukambani. It was like other people's Ukambani, So, but
I'm
Other
still trying to
people's
get over
Ukambani.
I'm trying to get over the
shipping.
shipped me off to Kambani.
this guy shipped me
Na
off.
ati hakuna maji.
Eh,
Only kuship.
they shipped him off to the other Ukambani.
Yeah.
Not the Ukambani he knows.
Not the one I know.
Not yours.
Ours, we have rivers.
Aha.
So you were sent Uko for less than 10 mm a year.
Well,
Wait.
Bro.
And
Yo.
this is class 5.
it's class 5.
Class 5, you're about 10, 11.
11.
I've locked it away.
You've locked it away.
It's over there.
It's memory that
Hey.
should
I've only remembered it for this question.
You know?
It's just, I'm just sharing. I'm opening up, yeah.
No worries.
So, while I was in, baby class, small. Of course, I was with my parents, going
Yeah.
home every time, being
Yeah.
dropped at school, going home, and then again boarding at class 5. And then from class 6 to class 8, we had no midterm in between. So once you go for when you open in January in class 6, you will go back home in April when you close.
Right.
There's no midterm in between. And you only go home for a week. Go back again, you'll go back home in August. the August holiday, for a week again. Then you'll go back again to school, and then you'll go back again
December.
at home in December. Now that's the longest holiday.
Yeah.
And that's long.
It's a Christmas
That's
holiday.
Christmas. That's actually Christmas.
Yeah, like
Yes.
who would
I
keep
kn-
you in school over Christmas?
I knew what Christmas was now in that, because now that
Proper.
was actually Christmas. That was a
Yeah.
holiday for me, because
Oh.
I was telling my friend the other day that I could count the number of weeks I was actually home from class 6 to class 8.
Oh no.
Not years. So for me, that was actually shipping me off to boarding school.
Yeah, there.
They
truly.
tried to make up for it in between, and a lot of visiting days on all that. But again, you can't really
It's
make
not
up
the
for
same
that.
as
It's not the
being
same
home.
thing. Yeah.
No.
But now, what happened after that is I went to another boarding school again for my Form 1 high school education, and then I went to a day school in Form 2.
Where?
Yeah. Say where again?
Where?
Things actually did change drastically,
Yeah.
completely. Things changed because even the people I was with in my primary school, that boarding school, they went to another boarding school in the same, let's say, locality,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
And I went to a boarding school farther off in a different county, somewhere where it was colder,
Oh.
with more rivers. So,
At least there was water.
yeah, but it was different climate altogether.
Yeah.
Good for me, for the Form 1 that is. And then now day school, grand.
Yeah, you're at home.
Grand.
Yeah.
So when I was in that day school now is when I realized what the others had done for me. It's when I realized that I had gotten a view of life from so many perspectives, because even the schools themselves changed in terms of reputation, in terms of caliber, and in terms of expectation. So they all changed also, regardless. All of them were an improvement of the other, if I can call them that. And so why I said yes is because now around that environment, I got to become who I am. Because even the network I have around me, even the friends who are my friends, the people who I can call upon, the people who know me, I have a number of people who even know me and I don't know them. And besides that, it gives you a level of, again, people are different, very different. So perspective is very wide. You learn that being open-minded is no longer a choice. It's actually a lifestyle.
It's a
It is a
necessity.
lifestyle. It's
It's
a
a lifestyle.
skill.
It's a skill.
It's a
It's a
necessary
very,
skill.
very necessary skill. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like that's the yes for me. If I discredit it completely, then I'll have only been in school for the books purposes. And that's very wrong.
Your point to me.
That's very
that point
wrong.
Hit me.
That's
Yeah.
very
That
wrong.
point
Yeah.
hit me hard because
Yeah.
what you mentioned about friendships and what you mentioned about open-mindedness and what you mentioned about the people who know you that you didn't even know. A lot of people tend to equate education just to schooling. But education is everything you're learning around you. Like we're sat here, you're educating us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
This is education. So there is a big yes in how the education has prepared us to get to meet here today.
Yeah.
Do you know? It is
Yes.
education. It's everything you learn around you is education. It's not just school, church, hostel, hospital.
Yeah.
That matatu driver that yelled at you, the konda that stuck with your notes, that is part in its own way education. Ilengeta ulipigwa. Hiyo ni
It
education.
taught you something.
Yeah.
It teach you
Yeah.
something. So that is education. So I echo your thoughts on this, Em. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we put so much emphasis on the books. The book, the schooling we get from the books.
The books.
That we forget that we also get social education.
Yes.
Yeah, from our interactions.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I
That
can
was-
add on to it, I think also the other thing is that now when I transition into my tertiary education now in campus, and I like that I had parents who didn't tell me go be number one. I'm not saying I wasn't.
Nyavi.
Nyadhi. Omera. You're not saying.
I'm not saying.
But let's say.
But also being in an environment where you're not pushed to go be that, go be this, go be this, go be this. For me, it kept me in a space of, so what do I need to be? And so in all these schools, I had leadership positions. I was a prefect. I was a class prefect, class whatever. I was a head boy at one point, and I was a scout commander, class representative for all these things. And all these spaces, I could say that I really, really, really thank my parents for that, because even towards my transitioning, what they always told me is get the marks that's enough to take you to the next level that you want to be in.
Awesome.
So even when I was coming to Strathmore where we met,
Yeah.
I had been sent on a recce.
Oh.
You know, a recce.
Yeah.
I was told go.
Go check.
Go
check it
Scouts.
out.
You were sent on a recce.
Pimia.
That's another phrase that only Kenyans
Pimia.
would understand.
No, sent on a
You were
recce.
sent on a
Pimia,
recce.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kwa pimia.
Unapimia unaona. Yeah.
Uone
Rada iko
rada
wapi?
iko aje. Rada iko aje.
Another
Kama
one,
iko
rada.
safi.
Rada iko safi.
Rada.
Yes.
You were sent on a recce.
Yeah.
And so that was just to find out what does the school require of you. And clearly it was just a simple be constant, have a B in, I think it was English
and math. Yeah.
Chop, chop.
That's what I got. I didn't participate in anything else.
Yeah.
I didn't, there was really no.
Yeah.
And I had fun in school because of that. Because while everyone else was cracking their heads to be number one, to be all that, I excelled in what I needed.
need. Yeah. I like that. No pressure, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Get what, in this phase, get what you need to take you to the next phase of where you want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a story, not my story, but an advice that my father gave me. At one point, I was stressed with my exams, and I was worried because I wasn't also sure that I would score better. And he said to me, what is it that you do really well, that you did well in your mocks, right? He mentioned mocks. I don't know if you guys did mocks.
Yeah, we had fun mocks.
And he said, those things that you did well in your mocks, study harder in them. And the ones you didn't, give them time when you can. But the ones you excelled in, don't overlook those.
Okay.
Hit it harder.
Okay. That's actually interesting.
Yeah.
I think our parents were from the same area, Ama, because my mom, my mom, my dad would tell me, bring your best.
Bring your best.
Yeah, bring your best. If your best is an A, bring the A. If your best is a C, bring a C. But you see, then that leaves it very open to you, so that you ensure at the end of the term or at the end of the day, whatever you've brought or whatever you achieve, you really pushed to do it to your best that you could, so that you have no regret of, hey, I wish I would have studied harder, or I wish I would have, and then also there was no pressure that way. Yeah, similar to, I think, your folks. Yeah, just do what you need to do. Yeah, no pressure. I liked it that way because it was no pressure.
But now, there's something that you also have to attach to that. Decision, like, what's it called? Actions have consequences as well.
Yes.
Choices as well. That's something they always preached.
Yes.
Because even if you don't read now, that's now.
That's now.
You know what you're expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But later, you shall know.
yeah.
That's
on you. Yeah.
That's
No
true.
pressure.
Yeah.
Actions have consequences.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ali,
Yeah.
I think this is a good place to stop.
Yeah. Let's take a
Education is
breather.
always fascinating, isn't
Education,
it? Education in fascinating.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's interesting to see how we all had very different experiences, but
Big
also
time.
yet similar.
In the same path. Yeah.
Yeah, on the same
Kioko.
path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kioko.
Nini.
How many times did I call your name? Macabich.
Macabich. Macabich. Macabich. Hey. Yeah. Mrs. Jui. Kwanza, there's some things you're hitting me with here. I'm like, this is where I belong now.
Ali.
Yes, the Kikombe.
Ali.
Person umemark.
I'm here for Ali alone.
What would happen when two Nilotes enter a pod?
But we all have different stories.
This is Two Nilotes.
In a pod.
Why did you name your podcast so?
Our stories are different.
Yes.
I am the Kikombe.
And I am Ali.
Thank you for being here.
Watch our previous episode.